When life starts to shake beneath your feet, when the things you thought were stable begin to fall apart, your first instinct is to panic. Your heart races, your mind spins, and fear whispers, "This is the end." Maybe you've lost someone you love. Maybe your plans collapsed overnight, or maybe your faith feels weak and the world feels cruel. But right in that shaking, there's a deeper truth that never moves. It's this: God is still unshaken. He is still on the throne, still in control, and still holding you even when everything else falls away. The world may tremble, but his promises do not. That's the anchor for your soul when storms rage, because you were never meant to find peace in what's temporary. You were meant to stand firm in what's eternal. Think about it. When an earthquake comes, the ground moves, but the mountain remains. God is that mountain. Psalm 46 says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea." It's a picture of chaos, earth shaking, mountains crumbling, but the message is steady. God's presence doesn't depend on your circumstances. When the world shakes, he stands firm. And not only that, he holds you firm too. Maybe right now you're in that kind of shaking season. You've been hit with disappointment after disappointment. You feel forgotten, unseen, maybe even unloved. You pray, but heaven feels silent. You cry, but no one seems to understand. Yet even in that silence, God is speaking. His still small voice says, "Be still and know that I am God." It's not that he doesn't see your pain. It's that he's working in ways you can't yet see. Sometimes God allows the shaking to remove what's unstable so he can rebuild your life on something that can't be shaken: his truth, his love, his presence. See, we all build our lives on something. For some, it's success. For others, it's relationships, money, or comfort. But when those things crumble, that's when you discover what your foundation really is. If your foundation is the world, it'll collapse. But if your foundation is Christ, you will stand. That's why Jesus said in Matthew 7, the rain came down, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Yet it did not fall because it had its foundation on the rock. The shaking doesn't mean God left you. It means he's preparing you. You see, the storms don't destroy the house built on the rock. They reveal it. Maybe God is using this storm to reveal your strength in him, to remind you that what's inside you, his spirit can't be shaken by what's around you. When life feels out of control, you have to preach this truth to your soul: God is still in control. It's not just a phrase, it's the lifeline that keeps you from drowning in fear. Because faith doesn't mean you won't feel afraid. Faith means you trust God through the fear. You trust that his plan is bigger than your pain. You trust that he knows the outcome even when you don't. You trust that the same God who calmed the sea can calm your heart. And if he doesn't calm the storm, he'll calm you in the middle of it. You might say, "But I can't see him." Friend, you don't have to see him to know he's working. You just have to trust that when everything around you is shaking, he's using it to strengthen your roots. A tree's roots grow deeper, not in calm weather, but in strong winds. The winds force the roots to go deeper into the soil, and that's what God does with you. Every trial pushes your faith deeper into his truth. Every heartbreak teaches you that his love is enough. Every disappointment reminds you that your hope was never meant to rest in this world. Maybe this season of shaking is God's way of saying, "I'm realigning your heart to me." Because what if the things you're losing right now are the very things standing between you and peace? What if God is shaking away what's false so you can finally hold on to what's real? That's not punishment, that's mercy. The shaking is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to deliver you from what can't last. And when you start to see it that way, your perspective changes. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is God showing me through this? Because pain always has purpose when you're walking with God. He wastes nothing, not a single tear, not a single heartbreak, not a single night of confusion. Everything is shaping you into who you were meant to be. So the next time the world shakes you, when the news is bad, when the diagnosis is scary, when people walk away, when prayers seem unanswered, remember this truth. Your foundation is not this world. Your foundation is Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. He cannot be moved. He cannot be shaken. He cannot fail you. You might bend, but you won't break. You might fall, but his hand will lift you up again because he promised, I will never leave you nor forsake you. That's not just poetry. That's divine reality. You are held, you are seen, and you are loved beyond measure, even when you don't feel it. Sometimes God's greatest work happens in silence because he's teaching you to rely on his presence, not just his answers. When the world shakes, it's your reminder to return to the one who never moves, to cling to his word, to trust his heart when you can't trace his hand, because he's not just the God of your mountaintop moments, he's the God of your earthquakes too. The same God who held you in your joy will hold you in your sorrow. The same hand that blessed you before will steady you now. And one day, you'll look back and realize that the shaking didn't destroy you, it awakened you. It broke your dependence on the world and built your dependence on God. So when the world shakes you, don't be afraid. Stand firm. Lift your eyes. Whisper his name and let this truth settle deep in your soul. You may be shaken, but you are never forsaken. The ground may move, but grace will hold you steady. The light may fade, but his love will still shine. And even when everything falls apart, Jesus remains the unshakable rock beneath your feet.